Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to the Underdark. A quite nice, cozy, welcoming part of the Underdark, to be fair, compared to normal, as we are in the Sverfneblin city of Blingdenstone. A much safer, relatively, and welcoming part of the Underdark compared to others that have been visited so far. Our adventurers are here and ready to dive back into things, but before we do that, let me quickly say a hi, hello to everyone who is hanging out already. Thank you for joining us today, Baron Dragonborn, microbiologists. Good to see you both. Hope that you're having a good run up to the holidays and very well today. And also, a massive thank you to everyone who helped out with the charity stream last week. We finished with a grand total of incredible, like, just breathtaking grand total of $3,300, which has already been sent off to Sekijuji, as we like to say around these parts, aka the Red Cross in Kentucky, and is being used directly in their efforts. I was like, it's my first time doing a charity drive, and it's my first time using Tiltify, and I was just like, how do I send it? And then I actually checked, it's like, as the donation's made, it is sent to the Red Cross, like immediately. So that was all on its way already. So now I just have to sit down and crunch all of those numbers and find out which of you lovely people got some of those lovely prizes from the fantastic partners that we had during the stream. And do not worry, as soon as I can catch my breath and get a spare second, I will be checking that out and getting them off to the people who won them just as soon as possible. Now, a Christmas present from Phoenix Iweki. Ho, ho, ho. Now, as we are jumping on through here, let us also say a big thank you to the wonderful people at Sirenscape. If you want to give them a try, do head on over to sirenscape.com and get a 30-day free trial. And you can check out all of the amazing music and sound effects that they have. They have official D&D content. They have Call of Cthulhu, Pathfinder, board game stuff, sci-fi stuff, fantasy stuff, all sorts of wonderful things. And if you like, you can become a Super Siren subscriber at the end of the trial and have access to all of that all of the time. Now, that said, we do have other sources of music that we like to use as well that you are enjoying listening to as we speak. As Baron Dragonborn put it, the angelic music couldn't sound more sweet, as we are, relaxing here of a Thursday morning for me, a Wednesday evening in other parts of the world, and we are jumping into a game. Now, if you would like to see just where we get our music and get access to all of that stuff, it is all included in the information of all of our VODs over on YouTube, which is boop over there. Please head on over and check that out if you would so like to do so. Now, that said, let us jump back into our lovely group here and the game that we have going on. Having arrived in Blingdenstone, they were escorted through the defensive maze that exists at the front gates and into the city itself in Blingdenstone, discovering it to be a much warmer, welcoming environment than anything they've seen so far. Warm, soft glows of lanterns and bioluminescent fungi illuminating the scene. Sverfneblin coming and going this way and that, hawking their wares, little shops and stalls carved out of the walls around them. Up above, stone bridges arching across to access tunnels up on those levels, and here, there and everywhere, just small doorways cut into the stone, stairways crisscrossing this way and that in a maze of adapted cavern space that we have here for the city. And the Sverfneblin, whilst seemingly fairly cautious of newcomers and a little suspicious maybe of non-deep gnome people, they are not hostile, and they are just keeping an eye on things. And you were taken towards the ruling house of the current group that are here trying to reclaim Blingdenstone after it was taken from the deep gnomes by the invading drow who came through a couple of decades ago and made everything rather hostile and nasty for everyone involved. You are heading towards Diggermatok Hall to meet with the Diggermatoks, a pair of deep gnomes who are in charge of this expedition and charged with reclaiming the city for their people. They have made a good start, but there are still sections where they dare not go. A section called Rock Blight, which seems to be home to some strange mist-like cloud that can corrupt and turn the earth elementals that the Sverfneblins so like to use against their rock gnome friends and cause them to chaotically attack anything and everything around them. There is another section to the northeast, that you have not been to yet, that is strangely connected in some way to the abyssal incursions that they have been experiencing throughout the Underdark, and maybe something to do with the strange calling that your gelatinous cube friend had on the city, and the sudden increase of slimes and oozes that have been plaguing the poor people of this city here. And finally, there is also the Gold Whisker Warrens, an area of the city, again, shut off from the main section and inhabited by a clan of were-rats, Sverfneblins. Much like two of your party. Two of your friends that you've been escorting from the Drow Slavers camp through the Underdark are also afflicted, gifted, different opinions are out and about there, with the lycanthropic curse of being were-rats. And they have yet to hear about these Gold Whisker Warrens, and will probably be very interested to know just what's going on there when they get the chance. Now, as you were guided through the warrens and tunnels of Inner Blingdenstone, you reached an area called the Speaking Stones, a ancient stone circle that was being watched over by one of the druidic priests of the stone... Hang on, let me get the names right. There's so many names. Stoneheart Enclave? Was that right, Colbin? I want to say Stoneheart Enclave. That sounds about right. Hang on, it's here somewhere. Boom, here we go. Yes, Stoneheart Enclave. Okay, they were in charge of these stones, and as Corbin communed with them, they became more in touch with their druidic side, their druidic powers, and also were able to attune to the gift the stone giants had given them in Gracklestug, a powerful artifact able to cast spells, and also giving them a vision of a distant hall that was beckoning to them. They were drawn to it by this stone, but not fully understanding what that is just yet. They also were in a bit of a pickle as they finished this commune and were about to move on. Barney, come back! As they were about to continue on their way, when the various stones of the Speaking Stones suddenly animated and moved together into some large elemental creature corrupted by the influence of this evil mist, this Ogrimm's, I can't remember the names, sorry, too many names, Ogrimmoch's Bane that they had heard about. And the stone elemental attacked them, and they were able to fight it off and destroy it. And as we return, the dust is settling on that combat, and they are returning and calling back their friend, the priest of the Stoneheart Enclave. Where's his name? Gurnik Tapfinger is the fellow that they were talking to here, and as the sounds of Blingdenstone return, as the Sverfneblins start to cautiously reappear and go about their business again, I shall drop it down to these fine folks who are all in entirely the wrong place now. So give me just a moment to fix that. But as we're doing that... Did that work? Yes, there we go. Okay. 2 seconds, please. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week and a nice lead up to the holidays. It is a pleasure to have you with us today, and thank you for joining us and jumping on our adventures whenever and wherever you can. It is an absolute pleasure. From the looks of it, we have just one more session of the year, I think. After this, we have our Barovia and Beyond later, or first thing on Thursday, or depending where you are in the world. And that will be, I think, a wrap for this year. Boop. There we go, everyone back in the right place. Let us meet these fine folks. Who are you? Who are you playing, and where are they at? Elora, please.
Hello, I'm Sam. I play Alora Lustrous. She is a high elf assassin rogue from Mithranor, a now destroyed city. She ran away from home, started an outlaw band, was captured with all of these wonderful people, and managed to semi-escape. I think at the moment she is fighting her normal urge to run away from her problems and is trying to confront the evil and darkness that is happening, with a little bit more confidence, now armed with two very fun magical weapons.
Okay, thank you. Zakan.
Hello, I'm Steven, where we're all taking Buns' thing now. And I am playing Zakan, the Aasimar Ranger / Cleric. They have been down here in the Underdark for over 100 years. It is their home, as well as their celestial divine mission to find people in the dark and lead them to where they need to go. And killing some evil along the way is best as their old failing body can.
Well, plenty of chances to do that. And last but not least, by any measure you wish to employ, Corbin. Muted.
So little time. I'm a Buns, the original such kid. And
Is your mic's cutting out a lot, Buns?
they're not quite sure what that
Buns?
they feel like the underdog.
Buns? I think we have some issues here. Yeah,
Can you not hear me?
Your microphone's cutting out a lot.
Ah.
Is it okay? No.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
That's better. That's better.
How much of that did you not hear?
Half. I'd say.
Hopefully somewhere. Well, I play
Reset.
Corbin, a changeling druid / monk, and they come from Black Raven Monastery, where they walked down into the Underdark on purpose. That was the first sign that something was wrong with them. The second sign is when they started to unknowingly and then on purpose taming the Underdark. And at this point, I think that they are very much so trying to figure out exactly what is happening down here and how to show people that maybe this place isn't as bad as it seems. Mm-hmm. It's okay if you have a frail body, Zakan. Corbin is there to help.
Thank you. Now, my friends, we shall return to Blingdenstone. Let's bring you over to the map. The lovely, lovely map that we have here. Boop. And I'll get you in the right spots. Where are you? There you are. I see you. Teeny tiny people. Down here in the cavern that is the home of the Speaking Stones. Okay. So, as you catch your breath and maybe one of you's kind of prodding at the stones that have fallen to pieces again and just making sure they are completely inanimate, you do hear the sounds of the city starts to come flooding back in as Sverfnevlin appear and start moving around again, like shocked and like, hand on chest, or like, pearl clutching, spell gem clutching. Oh, can you believe? Ogronok's Bane. I can't believe. I'm sorry, I forgot to do the Scouse accent. I can't believe it. Can you believe? I know. They do though, don't. Yeah, they do. Yeah. And they're going like moving around. And the priest that was with you before, our good friend Gurnik, comes hobbling back over with his stuff, and he's like, "Hey, Corbin, are you all right?" Your friends too.
Yes. Yes. We're alive. I don't think all right is the right way to say that, but we're still kicking.
Right, well, I made sure your friends are out of harm's way. Here they are. And, behind Gurnik come the other members of your party.
And we're like,
And we're here too. Okay.
and I.
It's true. We just don't do anything useful in combat or anything. Look, we tried it once. We had everyone involved in that big spider fight when you were crossing over the chasm filled with the silky.
To be fair, that made way for great.
So long.
That made way for great things. Now we have Webster, so
That is true.
it was a
We should have them
by all
for like
accounts.
combo attacks, like Street Fighter or something.
That could work.
Special combos.
Indeed. Now, what is the plan? Hey, Elhawk, good to see you. Excuse that noisy bird in the background. Good to see you there. I hope you've had some good Warhammer 40k streams and the like recently. Hang on, I need to put my burb emotes. Squawk. Okay, right.
And you said burb emotes, and all I heard was bo 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 bo.
Well, interpret it as you will. Now, as we dive back in here, the Svirfneblin guards that were accompanying you from the entranceway towards the main hall of the ruling faction here in the city come over, and they're like, "Thank you. We have seen too many of that kind of thing. There are corrupted elementals all over, although we were not aware that this sacred place was also at a danger." And Gurnik's like, whatever it is, whatever influence had corrupted the stones, it is gone now. I will get some of the miners to help me, and we shall reset the stones and reconsecrate them, that we may continue to speak with the earth. And the guards nod. Right. Well, you lot. Let us continue to the hall.
Or just like has the bag, but like on the front of her and like holding it so she has the gem.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you have that gem from Gurnik. He asked you to put in the desecrated temple.
When they were like, "All right, let's continue," they just turned it to face the front of them. Like, "All right, let's go." It's hard.
Okay, so you are led, if you would like to make your way around the stone there. I think the passage to the east of where you are would be the fastest way. If you do a Yui around the corner of the rock there and go south from where you are. Or, I mean, there's no walls on this. You could just go straight through the rock if you wish, like that.
Technically, you didn't see me, but I followed the little path before I dropped my person.
Okay. Appreciate it.
You
Unlike
couldn't see.
Elora merging with the stone, and now with Zakar. Okay.
I just followed suit. I'll meet you guys.
No, stop trying to move the map on the overlay. That's not how it works. It's over here. 5 gold pieces? Are you insane? Stephen, I hope you're getting nostalgic with this sound set.
Oh, this is very familiar indeed.
This is from the Waterdeep. It's just like nice general happy background noises. And the first ever campaign that I DM'd was with Stephen and our friend Michael, just the two of them, as we played Dragon Heist, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Gosh, something like that, yeah.
Right.
Before there was a channel.
Yeah, indeed. Before any online shenanigans. Oh, right. So, as you spin around the...
Right.
Sorry, Elora, I just need to... You were right on top of the number. I was trying to see what number it was. Just shunt you out the way there, excuse me. As you make your way around, right round, as Stephen said. Yes, you are making your way through the residential area still. And again, you still see all of those little burrows and little glowing, slight warmly glowing openings in the rock with a few, has to be said, incredibly adorable Surf Neblin children playing out front, and lots of people coming and going, making their way, seeing friends on the stairs as they're moving up and down and greeting each other, and as they're moving around here. And it is very nice to be in a such a non-aggressive, if slightly paranoid and cautious environment. Now, you remember that some of these are not so friendly. There was that one abode back to the north that was had a bit of a poltergeist problem, as some of the ghosts of the poor rock gnomes that were deep gnomes that were killed by the drow invasion have lingered on, and some of those spirits are quite aggressive. By the way, we have reverted to inspiration levels pre-charity stream. So all of you have inspiration at the moment, thanks to those lovely people in chat. I went back and looked at the video. I was like, how many did they? They all had it. Okay. So, let us come around here. Where is... Sorry, I'm just trying to... yes, so you are led through those, and the people move out of the way, both of the guards and these foreigners in the town here, and you don't see any other races apart from you. Everyone else is Sverfneblin here at the moment. But as you make your way around there, and you can see to the southeast of our big open area that you have arrived in there, you can see the steps leading up to a plateau up above, raised above the main cavern, and beyond that a large section guarded by Sverfneblin guards in the same colours as the ones who are escorting you. And if I may be so bold, I will bring you up on here as you are escorted up to the top here. And let's bring this over here. Oops, sorry, is it gone? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now, as you clamber up, again, those awkwardly spaced steps, because they're sized for Sverfneblin, it's not big enough to walk up normally, slightly too big to go two at a time.
I was about to say we could just.
I think Alora is probably a bit taller of the three of you, and probably can do the two at a time fairly easily. But yes, Zakar and Corbin's slightly awkward. But the
We have those little legs.
and the others are coming up. Topsy, Tipsy, Topsy, and Jim Jar are fine. It's like, and like you make your way up there. Sorry, Tipsy and Topsy. No, Topsy and Turvy is what I meant to say. Excuse me. Topsy and Turvy look slightly nervous. They are still very aware of their status of lycanthropes and slightly scared to be back here and what will happen to them, not knowing about the current situation with the Gold Whisker Warrens to the north. And you arrive at Diggermatok Hall. As you enter into the room, led by the guards, 24 or so Sverfneblin occupy this well-lit cavern. Some are moving briskly with messenger pouches in hand, while others huddle around several stone tables covered in maps and other papers, talking in hushed, serious tones. The back of the room is dominated by a dais carved from the rock of the cavern itself, atop which rest two stone desks facing each other. Two Sverfneblin, one male and one female, sit behind the desks, conferring with advisors and each other. But as you are led onto the platform, they turn their attention to you. And the guards say, Lord, Lady Diggermatok, this is a group of adventurers that have escaped from drow captivity, and they've been making their way through the Underdark, and They are seeking audience. And the female of the couple at the top turns. Very well. As we would seek conversation with them, let us hear how things are beyond our gates. And the male stands up without raising in height too much. He goes from sitting on a higher chair to standing up by himself. Yes. Let us find out just how the state of things is. Come forth, all of you.
Zakan comes forth and takes a knee, a deferent knee.
Elora, I believe you learned the traditional greeting.
Yes.
So Zakan takes a knee and then does the...
In addition to taking a knee, I think Alora also...
I thought it was a flat palm, I thought it was a face palm.
Oh, sorry.
I think it's flat, yeah.
I already messed
Right, you
up.
went worse. You went worse, witch.
My apologies. My apologies.
You do this for the military, you know. So.
That one's a huge
But this is
insult.
Oh yeah. You also have to do it with the correct hand. So if you do it with the left hand, it's right, but the right hand, yeah, it's not
Too many rules. Corbin just does this and then goes down.
Oh, that's the worst one.
Oh
no!
All the Swift-Nevelin draw their war picks.
I'm so sorry.
Sirenscape, start the battle music. And chill Sirenscape actually, now that you're inside or away from the main thoroughfares. Okay. So you you make your way up towards them, and the female of the pair calls out to you. Which is she? Has both their names. I forget which is which. Excuse me. Okay. Yes, I think she's Seni. Yes. Okay. Yes, the female of the two comes forward. Welcome. We are very glad to find others who have escaped from under the boot of the Dark Elves. I am Seni Digamatuk. I am the leader of the settlers here in Blingdenstone. This is my husband, Dorbo. And the male steps forward. I am Dorbo, leader of the mining expedition. You are safe here. No drow, no monster shall enter our city. Although be warned, it is not yet entirely ours, and there are beasts, presences, malign, aggressive things that lurk in the yet unreclaimed sections. This central area is yours to freely move around, except for private residences, although that, I assume, is the same as your residences back home. Why does that cave lizard have horseshoes on? But beware the outskirts. It will be very obvious. The tunnels are either collapsed, sealed shut, and heavily guarded. Now, what news have you? How fare the other cities? Have you visited Gracklestug?
We have, and if I may be direct, things outside of this city are much the same, if not worse. There is, well, without mincing words, a rise in influence from beyond the Underdark that is causing a number of worrying effects. And I fear that...
The wife Senny narrows her eyes. Do you mean demonic influence?
I am afraid so, my lady, and I am not sure if it was before your time, but I am known to some as the Lightbringer, and it is my job to look for such things, and I have never seen it like this. I fear it will only get worse.
Noted. It's as we'd feared, Dorbo. The reports from caravans and the like. These are dark times, in dark places, strangers. But, as my husband said, you're safe while you're here, and welcome to stay. Please, make your way to the foaming mug. It is designed for your kind. Higher ceilings and the like. The hot springs are delightful.
That is much appreciated. We have been in the cramped passageways for, I believe, at least a 10-day since coming from Neverlight Grove.
Neverlight Grove?
It unfortunately was destroyed, as was the Kuatora settlement of Suplidub.
Oh, gods. No wonder we've been getting all of these strange echoes, these distant, ominous rumblings through the stone. Our friends, the stone giants in Gracklestug, had said something similar. Foul portents. They are even more attuned than our own stone speakers. Well, we are dug in deep here, and we are well defended. Dorbo, maybe you should send word to the mines. Maybe it's time to pull back for a while. Her husband looks visibly pained. But we've found such promising veins of mithril and things recently. That whole new chamber of gems. Look, how are we supposed to bring them out if we've got dead miners? Dead miners can't mine shit. Bring them back. The metal ores and the gems will still be there when this is dealt with. They'll still be ours when this is dealt with. Those creatures, those agents of chaos, they have no interest in such things.
What beings of chaos? We're fighting things. I'm just saying I should know what beings of chaos you're talking about.
I wish I could say more. It's not something I'm well versed in. We haven't had to be before. They haven't surged up into our world. Anything like we're hearing. Strange winged creatures with long proboscis on their faces that will suck the blood and soul from a creature. Nasty things, two-headed things, tentacled things,
Two-headed thing, that sounds familiar.
What have you seen?
Gracklestug was similarly afflicted. It was linked to rituals that were being carried out under the city. If I know it is not my place to advise your lord and ladyship, but if you have those who are capable of detecting such magics, I would recommend they look anywhere under the city, particularly near those spots where two-headed creatures have emerged.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about within the city. This is just reports from caravans and mining expeditions.
Yeah.
It may only be a matter of
can
time.
Cooperate. That is what's happening out there.
Our troubles are a different nature. Oozes and slimes and Hogramach's bane, turning our own elementals against us. The guards reports that you have dealt with one of them. You have our thanks.
No problem. Of course. You're welcome. Where have all the slimes been gathered?
There's no real rhyme or reason to it, but if anything, I'd say the northeast area of the city seems to be the source of the majority of them.
And we've already confirmed that that's where my pull was taking me, right?
Yeah.
And also our friend was headed there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
also
out
tracks.
of character.
Sorry, yeah, I did. That was that aside.
It's okay. Stephen's voice is just different enough from Zakan's to be able to.
Gotta give Corbin an accent. You can tell us apart.
Well, Stephen is equally as wise. The accent is a little different.
The Khan
That's all an act.
has had more experience.
Roll the deception check, Stephen.
More back pain.
I certainly don't have a +3 to my wisdom, I'll tell you that right now. But maybe an equal amount of back pain.
Well, if not more.
Sorry, Zero. Well, we have no resources to deal with that now. We're too busy dealing with what's on our doorstep, what's in our own tunnels, our own city here. But even if we were, we tried to help out last time. We joined the dwarves. She kind of looks towards your friend. Yeah. Eldeth is there, the shield dwarf scout from the surface. We tried to help the dwarves before, and well, look what that got us.
The leaders made the best call they thought they could.
We are too stretched, dealing with our own problems. If during your time here you're able to alleviate any of that, then maybe we'd be able to do more, but right now, there's no way.
Our main hope, and we are happy to assist where we can, but we have those with us who are not meant for fighting. They are merely trying to get home after their imprisonment by the drow. We would only seek a caravan that is headed to the dwarven settlement and then onwards to the surface. And if things here are getting much worse, then we may well need the resources that the surface provides.
Well, like I said, there are no caravans coming and going right now. Not with what we're dealing with here. And we do not share our knowledge of the ways of the Underdark with strangers. Make yourself useful. And the husband chimes in. Make yourself familiar with the city. Then perhaps we'll be able to help.
It is good to see it back in proper hands.
Doing our best. Now, head on over to the Foaming Mug. Tappy's there. She'll sort you out. Tell her that it's on us. Least we can do for dealing with that creature, the Speaking Stones. Aye. But if you're not here to help, best be on your way. Says the wife.
We'll do what we can.
They nod and turn back to their tables, and the hovering, like orbiting a group of advisors and messengers just descend on them again after this moment of being unable to.
Zakan like very slowly gets up from their knee. Oof.
Corbin just offers an arm for you to like lean on.
Yeah, they've got like their staff, with the one hand and then the arm with the other.
When they get like a decent away, so that they don't overhear what we're saying, Corbin is just like they're in the middle of the two of them.
Yeah.
And just like, why is it that every time somebody asks us for help, it's immediately followed by, why aren't you doing enough? I could have done shit up, but I didn't. Like, they're just grumbling, like, as they're holding the crystal. Like, I'm not on my way to help save your village. Like, what the...
Alora looks equally annoyed by the politics of it all, saying, like, everywhere they go, they expect the three of us to solve all of their problems in exchange for things that they should already be doing to protect their own city. It doesn't make sense to me.
Main character syndrome.
Darendil, the poor elf prince transformed into a Quogoth comes over. He's like, well, Your Highness, they were merely asking for help. They didn't ask us to do everything.
Well, they said we'd alleviate their pressure, which if they couldn't do it on their own, I don't know why they expected the three of us to be able to do it.
Well, maybe they just said something royal about you.
Maybe it's the
you too, Corbin.
maybe it's the prowess you displayed at the speaking stones.
I'm gonna be honest. We do so much stuff. I don't know what's impressive anymore.
The remaining folks of Mithrano will be blessed to have such a warrior queen.
No, Darren, I was just starting to like you, and she just starts walking away.
You were so close, dude. You didn't even let me finish testing the waters. Like as Corbin's trying to catch up. You didn't even let me finish testing the waters.
Too much, too fast.
Too much too fast.
As you descend from the Digamatuk hall there, Jimjar spins around and he's like, his red jacket just like flares out behind him. He's like, right, who's ready for a drink?
Very much so.
I'll warn you, it'll be Dark Lake Stout, but let's go.
Corbin, are you okay? I know that you saw a vision and that was a lot. Are you still okay with taking a rest?
We need a rest. Running into every danger that pops up, if we did that, we probably would forget what sleep was. So taking a quick break, maybe a drink to not be punched on my ass for 5 minutes doesn't sound too bad right now, actually.
It's good to me.
It's the epitome of the
Your
glass
mind and
cannon.
body is important.
But what about my liver?
Well, you got to balance it, right? You got to toughen up all parts of the body.
Training.
It's training. I can. Then let's go. I can do that.
Right. Let me do this. Is this the one I wanted? Yes, it is. And I need that. And I need. Where are you? Boom. That one.
And when we were coming through the hall,
Yes.
was it possible to hear what the hushed, serious tones were, what they were discussing?
No, as you got up onto the dais, they would have stopped. Like, just
We were sort of being
aside.
shuffled through anyway.
Yeah. You're pretty sure it would have been just goings on that are happening in the city here. How the security situation in tunnel 11B and things like that. Okay, so you make your way to the west. Let me bring you over here. Oop. As you make your way into another kind of residential area, and you do see lots of Spur from Neverland coming and going, but this cavern here is immediately notable in that it has a much larger door on the entranceway to it, and there is a Zirkwood sign hanging, not swinging to and fro. Unfortunately, there's no breeze down here to get that feeling on it. But you do see it does say the Foaming Mug. And yes, this was a tavern and inn that was designed to house foreign guests. And you're kind of Jim Jar's filling you in as you make your way over there. He's like, yeah, this place was abandoned when I was last here. It hadn't been used since the Drow invasion. Must have recently be opened again. Must be making some progress, eh? Even without bold adventurers to help. And you make your way over towards the entranceway and duck inside, and you find a very comfortable tap room with a high ceiling, high enough for all of you, and the I'm going to quickly do this, and you are able to, yes, comfortably sit down, and you see there are tables and things in there for Svirfneblin, but there are also several tables that are much larger, with larger chairs and everything as well. And as you make your way through the curtained entranceway, the sound of chatter and music floods out to meet you. And you see that there are, as we are getting towards the end of the day here, kind of like, early evening time now. There are quite a lot of Svirfneblin here. It seems they like to come here and relax. It is the only drinking place in the city. So there are several groups of Svirfneblin enjoying themselves here. And there's a slight record scratch moment as you all make your way into the room. Everyone looks around. And they go back to Julie. And turn around and are enjoying themselves again. And so chill out, soundscape there a little bit. And yes, you duck. No, you don't. Sorry, you don't have to duck. You just walk straight through the door and make your way into the room there. And you see a Svirfneblin over at a long stone bar top with her chin in her hand, looking rather bored, just kind of wiping the counter with a rag there. And then as soon as you come in, she just like stands straight upright and her eyes just go wide and a big grin comes across her face. She's like, welcome, come in. Look at the size of you. Tappy's the name, Tappy Foamstrap. Who are you? All of our names are very on the nose. You'll get used to it.
You all have very fun names.
And you are?
Corbin.
Corbin.
Hold on, hand.
Hi, my pleasure to meet you.
One hand's like this to the other hand.
Yeah.
What are you doing that silly antiquated thing for? Nobody does that now.
But everybody seems so happy when we do.
Oh, nostalgia for old times.
I suppose it has been a while since I've been here.
Now, what can I get you? Stout? Or, stout?
A stout, please.
See, now I think I'm going to go with a stout instead.
Alright.
Okay, a stout for you, but a stout for you. Okay, and for you, sir?
And
I assume?
stout as well, actually. Make it 2.
That's a funny looking mask you've got there. What's that all about?
Was given to me.
You want to watch out? There's something a little bit arachnid about those eyes. Some nasty memories for folks around here.
I suppose that is true. They're part of the Underdark as we are.
True. Webster's was just about to come through the door and just retreats back.
I see that I'm not wanted here.
Dad.
She said, "No, it's all right, Fuzzball. You're welcome. Come in." I was tempted to go more sizely tavern keepers like, hey, you're kind of not welcome here.
Pets stay outside.
There's just one of those Old West saloons, but it's all spiders tied up outside to a hitching post.
It'll happen, and Corbin will just be like, "Yeah, these are my people, the tamers."
Corbin wearing spurs and chaps.
Thank you for sharing my vision.
Yeah, so Webster actually does come in and just like scuttles up the walls to keep out of the way. He's just like clinging to the ceiling above where you guys are in the tavern. Just hanging out up there. It's like a big furry chandelier.
We are also going to need a number of rooms for our party here. We've traveled a good distance and could use the comfort.
You're welcome to. I have a sum total of 0 guests right now, so yeah, we have a few vacancies. And Jim Joe's like, the Digamatax are picking up the tab, hey? And she's like, ooh, friends in high places. Look at you.
I'm frankly surprised more people don't try that.
Well, none of us locals get such favoritism. I'll put it that way.
We'll do our best to
We
work
took
for
out
it.
an elemental, so it's a little special.
I suppose we have already worked for it.
Pushing our feathers a little bit. Well, you know.
She leans over the counter. She's like, you did what? Come on, tell me. What's all the goss? What's going on?
Oh.
I've been working all day.
Oh, this might be funner when those stouts get here. Like as they get there. Corbin's first bar story. It was like, so there we were. I just finished speaking with like the literal ground, right? And then suddenly, right?
She looks completely unfazed by it. She's like, yeah.
Back on the ground. Normal day. So you were at church. I see.
Yeah. But I think it's probably like 2 stouts later. They're like leaning on Alora, and then this one. And then this one.
Yeah, like Corbin tells this story like a half dozen times throughout the night.
Ancient Swerfnibbling came over. He's like, I saw it, and the creature was 100 feet tall and a massive stone axe the size of the cavern entrance itself. And like his friends is like,
Webster, taller.
It's like his friends are like, shut up! There's no part of Blingstone 100 feet tall.
And Corbin here backtalked Ogremok's Bane itself.
Yes.
I what?
Pushed it right off.
You're in some kind of haze at that point. I did what?
It's like, I did what? Oh, that's awesome. I'm pretty cool sometimes.
That angry cloud.
This is a lot better than last time. Just like leaning on Zakan. Just don't leave me again. Don't. No.
We're all going to stay here and give like a very awkward little pat. Stiff with the touch, but give them like a little pat.
Now the good news. Sorry, Laura, yes, please.
I was gonna say, Laura, after chugging a few stouts, kind of drunkenly, maybe a little bit too loud, like, Corbin,
Huh?
what are you doing with your child? Where is the child? It's like, I'm very interested in what's going on there.
They're like, I'm waiting for bath time, and then we can cuddle in the hot water.
Let's do it now.
The place does have a number of hot springs.
It has a hot spring. That's all I can think of. Like, we can make red soup, and they're just like giggling at each other. Like, no.
A little too happy about this bath.
The bad news is it is dark like stout. The good news is it comes with some manner of steak glazed and skewered in cubes on Zerkwood's skewers.
Oh, heck yeah.
And on the side there's kind of a dark russet red mushrooms with a rich gravy over the top and some kind of grain they seem to have got access to. They have some kind of like almost like an oat cake kind of thing on the side. And big platters of this are like plonked down in front of you.
And as Swerfnibbling Izakaya here.
There you go. Dig in. Looks like you've had a day.
And then that starts the story over again. Who let me kill you?
I would like all of you to make me a group. What would it be? It's not like persuasion or anything like that. Just make me a group charisma check, please. Just with your straight charisma bonus.
second. I thought we were gonna have to make Constitution.
with advantage because of Corbin's telling of the story.
Yay! And these are just, you said, charisma, like charisma saves.
Zakan, you have a friend in chat there. Baron Dragobon says, drunken parties are always fun to watch. Just fully outside.
You said this was just a charisma save, right?
No, just a straight check. Just your straight ability
Straight
score.
check, okay.
Yeah, with advantage.
17.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Khan is one of those like frustrating drunks where like they are clearly drinking and like their movements are maybe a little more wobbly, but they don't show it. Like the mask, of course, hides things, but their voice doesn't change that much. They don't get goofy.
No!
Like, maybe they get a little bit louder. Like the only thing that they do.
Oh, the dice are not on D&D Beyond. I have to use another.
Should be okay.
Laura thinks she's one of those
You just
drunks.
click,
She's
just click on the
actually-
plus
No, I
bar up to the
think-
end.
Yeah. Alora's one who like thinks she's in control.
Yeah, she
I'm
thinks
fine.
she's totally normal right now. She's like,
Every time she drinks, she
her.
says, "I don't even feel that drunk. It's crazy."
I just
Her voice echoes from under the table.
I rolled with advantage. They were both 20s.
You got two
Damn.
natural 20s?
I got 2 20s in a row.
Corbin is owning this
Now.
izakaya.
I have something we need to do here. Okay.
I'm sorry.
We
I can roll
we
again.
have put it into lore on the channel here. Now, Baron Dragonborn, anyone else in chat, you can jump in on this. Good. By the way, as we're taking a quick pause here, Chav Hunter, thank you. Very nice to see you, as always. It has been established in the rules of our Phoenix Iwaki channel here that snake eyes, any instance of snake eyes on a advantage or disadvantage roll leads to a surge of wild magic.
Oh, dang, wait.
Do we now instigate that a a pair of natural 20s also does the same?
It was 4
Yeah,
snake eyes, so the chaos gremlin in me was like, yeah, do it. Oh,
Right.
I love me some wild magic surge. Though.
Right.
I like any
we have-
D100 roll. I like.
And we do have the tables for every class, so it will be a monk or druid wild surge, your choice. I'll
I
give
was
you the
about
choice
to
there, Colin.
say a monk or a druid. Kind of want to do it. Why not?
Right, I think we should. Yeah, snake eyes or double natural 20s, right?
It's
Yeah.
still snake, yeah.
It's like the universe weirdly aligning.
Exactly.
Right. The convergence has happened. Wild save me.
Corbin, would you like to go druid or monk on this?
I think druid. I feel like
Okay.
druid wild magic surge is always involved.
Okay,
swirls
roll me a
for some reason.
D100, please. So,
They always
thing
involve
is-
swirls.
sorry, what natural 20 gives you a total of what, sorry? By the way?
Yeah.
I forget. The original reason we were rolling dice.
So 21. Gives me a 21.
Excellent. Okay, for an average of 18. Impressive.
Hey.
Very charismatic.
Not you. Look at you.
Right, now
Spicy.
my D100.
Do it. Palpatine voice. Noted Dragonborn.
46.
Baron Dragonborn.
46.
46, thank you. Okay, let me scroll down a little bit here. Okay. So,
You being excited makes me nervous.
as we all know, words have a certain power. And as your story of this epic battle against the earth elemental at the Speaking Stones is told not once, but twice, no, 3 times, each telling, making it stronger and more epic as you are telling the story to this enraptured room. Everyone, those that saw the encounter with their own eyes, leaping up to help. Like they're pretending to be the you guys as you're the larger, earth elemental, and you're kind of like fighting and battling through the tables. The energy in the room starts to vibrate with that certain aligned sense of wonder and just being swept up in the story. And as everyone is along for the ride with this epic tale, the battle against the earth elemental gets towards its climax, and you are battling to and fro, a tankard in your hand as you're fighting, depicting the mighty battle against this crazed earth elemental. And as who got the killing blow? My assumption was Allura.
Once it wasn't. That's why it was so fun last time. I was like, ah.
Yeah, right. So yes, and Corbin, as you enact the final blow, you leap through the air and bring down the tankard into the floor next to the Swerfniblin who was there. And there's a cheer goes up around the room, and you leap up with your arms in the air. Yes, yes, we did it! And then, how many Dark Lake stouts has it been?
It's been at least 4 at this point. I said 2, and then they had one, and then if this is like the last story with the last taker, they're like on their 4th.
The excess of movement and energy that you've poured into this performance on this third and final telling of the epic story. The Dark Lake Stout sloshing, dangerously, volatilely mixing with the strange fungus and steak juices of the dinner before in your stomach, along with the positive thrumming of energy that's coming from this enraptured crowd, all churns together. And as you bring your arms up into the air in victory, it's not the only thing that's coming up, and you feel something strange, and you look desperately towards your healer, Zakan. What should I do? And with a violent explosion of ale and your dinner, as careful cantrippers witness with their raid to this climax, this wild magic infused resurgence of alcohol and food. As the epic tale comes to the end, we say a massive hello to everyone at Careful Cantrip. I hope you had a fantastic session. I was happy to see you before.
High rate of this.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, Belliger.
Fun time to come in.
Perfect time. DM Shanks, how you doing there? And as you, borne aloft by the power of the audience, the power of your drunkenness,
I'm floating.
you feel an almost out-of-body experience. Yes, you feel the performance erupting from you, but it's not the only thing erupting from you.
Yeah.
As also a 60-foot line of acid bellows forth from your mouth, infused with your druidic powers and everything else that's going on here in the perfect storm of story and alcohol and untapped magical abilities. And Zakan, I need you and our good friend Allura to make a dexterity saving throw.
Remember, you had advantages. Oh.
Yes, but that can be chosen after the roll. Thank you for those follows, guys. Thank you. Hope you had a great session. I saw some of that art and stuff. It was gorgeous. Yeah, it goes past them. It goes out the curtained doorway, out into the cavern beyond.
What did you roll? I don't like this. What did you?
I have a +4 and I got a 7 because I rolled a 3.
Oof.
A
Pat draws.
plus
Wow, I did that.
5.
Corbin,
they
you're not.
not. It's so funny because they're just like,
Right.
oh wow, this.
So yeah, this whole thing just infused that even worse.
They have like poison spit already. They're just like, oh. It's so
Corbin, you're not alone. Pat draws in chat here. Wow, I did the same thing when I was in the Navy. I may be having certain flashbacks to university days. Okay, so Zakan, how did you go?
So I have a +5 and rolled a 3 for 8.
Okay,
What's wrong with you?
Allura and Zakan.
Zakan was like trying to like stop this before it happened. Like they saw the signs, the telltale signs.
You were right there,
It
man.
is right in there.
You don't take a napkin over them. They're just like, this is the best night out.
Zakan, Allura, the two of you,
God.
as Corbin's druidic powers infuse this resurgence of the evening's festivities with druidic power and acidic sting, you both take 18 acid damage.
Incredible.
I'm never drinking again. Corbin is never drinking.
That Corbin's
And
2 for
that's
2.
exactly what Allura is saying. Corbin, You are never allowed to touch another drink as long as you live in my presence.
This is a community of alchemists and miners. A bunch of them quickly leap into action, along with Tappy, the barmaid here, and a massive barrel of water is brought from the back and just thrown over the two of you, but not before the damage is done. And you are just like softly steaming and hissing and fizzing under the barrage of this druidic-infused vomit. Welcome in, Raiders.
And then it's just like they just get up afterwards. They're just like, let's get another round.
We're going to get Corbin to bed and a bath and a change. Let's get upstairs. And Zakan is going to put a heal on himself and Laura. We'll do a cure wounds.
Cheers, Jeff.
Here.
Yes, a massive thank you for that raid, everyone, and welcome in, everybody. And also thanks for all of you that were able to join us for the charity stuff last week as well. I don't know if you saw, we had managed to end up with a total of $3,300 going to Kentucky with the tornado relief going on there. So thank you so much for everyone that was able to come join us. And it's always a pleasure to see you all. And yeah, welcome in. Enjoy this, our final out of the abyss of the year. Out of the abyss of Corbin's stomach.
Your New Year's celebration.
Okay. Nothing's better than walking into a campaign at the drunken projectile vomiting stage. Yes, Petros. Perfectly timed. Okay, so there is a great deal of sympathy. Oh, sorry, I was getting a bit excited. Chill. So yes, there is a great deal of sympathy and understanding from your Swiftniblin friends here. Thanks to your followers.
No patrons were caught in the blast.
No, I'm not subjecting NPCs to that.
To 18 points of acid damage.
Death on Corbin's hands.
Melt them down to their bones.
They would go dry. Like they're just like nothing. They would survive on mushrooms. They're nothing.
There is a reputation mechanic at play here in Splingdenstone, and I do not want you to be set back that far. It's like death by vomit.
Yeah. All of their reflexes are very well attuned. They just like part.
Yeah.
It's all the signs.
Lifts up their tankards.
All the telltale signs of it. Oh, they ain't gonna make it. No, I'm gonna just everything slid over here, just like slid.
Indeed. Okay, so as you are helped up above to the rooms, you can hear. Actually, I have this. You can hear the sounds of the tavern returning to its merriment and everything down below you. But you are led up to the very nicely sized, with full-sized beds and everything, rooms that are here, designed for foreign visitors here in the Foaming Mug. And you've got Belliger. As much as I want to stay, it's 5:15 a.m. and you have your own D&D today. Yeah. Wow, Belliger, well done. Well done. Yes, happy holidays to you too. Thank you. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Right.
Happy holidays.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yes. Enjoy your Thursday. As you've stumbled into it from Wednesday. Okay. I know the feeling, Belliger. Happens from time to time. It's worse. What did you say? 5:15? Yes, it's worse when you have 3 kids to get ready for school in 45 minutes. Okay.
I do not know how John does it.
My crowning achievement was Saturday with the incredible one-shot roulette with Quincy's Tavern and our good friend Buns down here below me. I did the one-shot roulette session in the morning. I taught 7 classes from lunchtime, and then I did the finale session of the whole charity stream in the evening, and I'd had my second COVID shot the day before.
Jeez.
Sit down.
And he'll DJ and club with the best of them.
I haven't tried that one for a while. We shall see. I don't know if I can claim that anymore.
I'm gonna visit. When I do, it'll be on. We're just gonna send a bunch of pictures to 10 of us like this.
Yep. With that previous scene just then reenacted it up until that last part.
Hopefully,
for preference.
I can hold my own.
60
I'm not
feet.
like Corbin in that aspect.
Yes.
I'm done.
I saw it flew by in chat there, but someone was saying their best was 10 feet, but that's still pretty impressive.
Very impressive. Yeah. Anything like longer than your arm reach.
Thank you.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
you're my friends.
I'm passed out now.
Yes,
Or
you
Corbin,
Corbin,
is now.
arms up, arms up. Let's get this off.
Now, each of these rooms. Afraid not. I'm just surprised no one vomited after smelling or hearing the vomiting. Yes, you get that chain reaction.
No, thank you.
I was on a very rough crossing on a ferry ride in South Korea once, and that chain. I was the only one who was fine. Another thing I'm not affected by. I was like pretending to surf on the deck, and everyone was like, "John, stop being so happy and sit down, you bastard."
Dan, you're the guy that jumps in the elevator, aren't you?
Okay, so yes, as you pass out, Elora, I would like you to play this as you would like. I'm not going to force anything on you, but thinking back on your previous drunken conversations with Corbin, as she collapses onto the bed of your shared room, you share? There's like 2 beds in each room. You see her pack just just drop down by the side of the bed, and it kind of gets busted open with everything that's forced inside, all the things that are forced inside there.
So much stuff in
We had
there.
to get out another shirt, you know.
It is not a bag of holding. There's just so much crap.
And you see the unmistakable dull red glow and slightly kind of almost like mineral veins running through it of a red dragon egg.
Sorry, I'm drunk. I'm so sorry.
And you feel the inviting warmth and smell that slight but bearable and not unpleasant sulphurous tang on the air as you become aware of the back area of these rooms, as each room has its own little hot spring feeding into a natural stone bath in the back of the room. Would Laura like to do anything with that information, or are we just going to say, oh yes to me?
She's still drunk, a little bit more sober after having taken a shower and been puked on. But
Yeah.
I think
18 points of acid damage.
she might kind of crawl over on the floor and just kind of touch the egg and see what it feels like. I don't think Allure has held it before, and then kind of tap Corbin to see if they're awake.
There's no response from Corbin, I'm afraid. But the egg does seem to almost roll, or shift as if it's trying to move. And it seems to kind of jiggle in the direction of the hot pool.
I think Allura is talking out loud to herself at this point. Well, I think it's ready to hatch. I want to hatch it. I want to see the baby dragon. Well, Corbin will never forgive me if it imprinted on me and I became the mom. I'm not supposed to be the mom. Corbin's supposed to be the mom. This is not my child. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
Elora, give me a nature check.
I love this so much.
I'll have -2 nature. Okay.
Baby.
If you get this, you
Oh, no.
deserve it so much.
Laura hates camping.
I do not like being out in the wild. 8.
8. Okay.
It's go time. Let's go.
With that, you have no idea how long it would be, but you're pretty sure it wouldn't be instantaneous.
Okay. All right. So Laura is sober enough to figure that out. Okay. I think.
Or drunk enough to believe it.
We're drunk
There you
enough.
go.
We did establish that Alora wildly underestimates her drunk level.
Yes.
I know exactly what's going on.
I'm fine.
I'm feeling
I know
fine.
what I'm
Totally
doing.
fine.
I can hatch this egg
I'm a
safely.
fucking queen.
I'm gonna say, I think Allura would go to somebody who she trusts in this moment. So I think maybe Allura is going to sneak into Esmeralda's room
Okay.
and try and wake her up and see what she says about this.
She's in there. She's in there with Eldith. The two of them grabs a room.
Esmeralda! Esma! Wake up!
Hey,
So funny.
Hey, Chief.
Just outside the door, like speaking under it.
It's like at her bedside, like a cat, like.
Yeah.
And drunkenly lockpicked it.
Drunken rugging. Esmeralda's like eyes kind of bleary. He's like, what, boss? Is there a raid? Did you find a noble for us to jack?
No. There's something
down.
much better treasure than that. There's something very valuable and interesting.
Hang on.
Please follow me.
Hang on, she grabs onto your shoulder. Like, where's my cloak? And she, because it's completely naked, just like puts a cloak around her. And it's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right.
Where are we going? Where's this vast treasure?
Come to my room. It's in my room.
Former glories, eh?
I keep all the good stuff in there. And yeah, she kind of points out the egg and goes, it's kind of moving, isn't it? Don't you think it's moving?
Isn't that Corbin's dragon?
Shh, don't say it out loud.
Corbin like rolls on. My baby.
As marshmallows.
I think it's ready. I think we should put it in the bath. What do you think?
It's red dragon, right?
Yeah, red one. Is that good?
Red's fire. Red's fire. It's fire. Yeah. Shh. I think heat's what's missing, right? It needs hot.
Warm bath.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Shh.
We're just starts taking off her clothes and like getting ready to get in the bath with the egg.
Esmeralda's just slowly rolling the egg across the floor.
And Alora believes that it's not gonna hatch before Corbin wakes up. That's what she believes, and that's why she's doing it right now. For the record.
Okay, that's it.
That's my favorite visual, just them with that, like,
So yeah, the two of you
just splayed out in a bed.
Yeah.
Right.
In a different room as well, Zakan, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Yeah, Zakan's in their own room.
It's so peaceful in there.
If she really wanted someone to say no, she probably would have gone to Sakan.
She would have
Zakan's gonna say.
Yes, Esmeralda.
Yeah, like she had that thought at first. She's like, "Oh my god, no! Let's just say no."
Yeah, I would ask Sakan. Sakan always says no.
Yeah,
Well,
fine.
there'd at least be a chance of a yes. It seems like this abyssal incursion is just creating little pockets of chaos around the Underdark. So the two of you, like, struggle. It's got quite a weight to it, and just like struggle, and then just like there's a soft swoosh as it bobs into and slowly settles down to the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it's not floating. It wasn't floating. It's not floating because then it would be rancid. It'd be off. but then the mineral content in the water does help that, and it actually softly bonks against the bottom of the rock bathtub there, and is standing upright. So it's like the tapered end is just poking out of the water. About a foot of the egg is just poking at the top, and Esmeralda just kind of just like rolls over the lip and splash into the bath, and she's like, "Alora, God, it's fantastic. We need to get one of these in our cave."
Oh yes, well, I don't know if I want to stay in a cave anymore. I think maybe we'll go to a nice house. Maybe we'll
Tell
build
me
a
about it.
house.
Had enough caves forever.
No more rocks.
No more rocks.
More mushrooms, no rocks.
You rock enough. You.
You're my rock, Esmeralda.
I see what you did.
Is back.
We're just naked in the bath with the egg.
Just like the cloak.
I was like, did you guys have a party with the egg?
Just like her cloak is just bundled up on the edge of the stone lip of the bath, and she's just like resting against it, sleeping. and and Elora, you two just kind of just put one drunken hand on top of the egg, and then your eyes kind of droop, and the warmth of the water and the minerals in the water seep through to your sore muscles and bruised bones, and it feels pretty incredible. It feels pretty good. And as you are just hanging out there, sleep takes you all, and dreams come to you. Sakan, you are the first that we shall visit here. As even the tavern below slowly quietens, and the night brings a silence to Blingdenstone. Sakan, as you're dreaming, you find yourself walking through the caverns and tunnels and interconnected spaces of Blingdenstone, the little dugouts in the walls, the doorways, windows carved into the rock, the narrow spaces designed to befuddle attackers and cause trouble for larger folk. And you can't find them. They're lost. Those you're supposed to guide? Who are they? Echoes of those you've lost, those you weren't able to deliver to where they should have been. Echoes of failure. There's no Svirfneblin to be seen. The whole city, it seems, is just a ghost town. You see a large carved front of a chamber beyond the front of rock, and something about the way it's carved, the designs that are carved into the outer surface here, makes it look like a temple. Not the one you're supposed to reclaim for the druid priest, but another one within the safe part of the city here, the claimed, the rescued part of the city. And standing in the doorway of that temple, there is a shifting, ethereal, illuminated figure with their arms crossed, diminutive in size, clearly once Svirfneblin in previous times, just stood there waiting as you cross the open space between you and this religious building.
You have come. You are here. Let me turn off my background for a second. Where have you traveled? Why has it taken you so long? Where are your charges?
I don't know where they are. I've lost them.
We've all lost so many. So many where they're not supposed to be.
What happened to the city? It was rebuilding, it was thriving. Wasn't supposed to be like this again.
This is what we were left with when the others fled. When we failed to defend. But now, you are here. You can find them. But first, find me here at this place.
They look around, and an interesting detail is in their dreams, Zakan is just in their own body, no bandages, no mask or anything there, as they would have appeared before, in the before times, and so you can see their face, and they kind of nod and look hopeful and a little bit nervous, and they say, What will you need me to do?
Visit me here, that I may send you after those we've lost. Those not where they should be.
Who are you?
I am the Burrow Warden, charged with the defense of this place. I failed once. I shall not fail again.
They take a couple of steps closer, like trying to, pin down their sort of shifting face, and they say, Do I know you?
Perhaps once.
The scene goes dark.
And I think they wake up in their bed, sort of with a start, and they sit up, and now they are, wrapped head to toe in their bandages, fresh bandages, because they had a chance to bathe and some privacy to remove their head to toe coverings. And as they sit up, they are wearing the mask, but they take it off, and their eyes are alight and doing their sort of pulsing, and it's kind of out of their scars and things. There's a bit of the pulsing light, and they're breathing heavy, and they clutch their chest, and they go, I just a little more time. Just a little more time. I can do it.
And Prince Darendil rolls her.
Yes, a little more time. She will see her throne.
Sorry. It's not even Alora's dream yet, and I'm already taking jabs. Alora. As you feel the warmth of the hot spring just lulling you to sleep and relaxing there, there is darkness. Welcome, relaxing, peaceful darkness. But then you become aware of something on the edge, and the sound of battle echoing through caves and chambers. But beyond your dark vision, beyond your ability to see, just always on the edge, you run towards it, but it seems to move away, never to be found, no matter how hard you seek and search. But then you notice something else, peering desperately into the gloom, hovering just beyond your vision, indistinct. There is a face.
Laura would approach the figure.
Why are you here? Why do you bring such instruments of pain? There is no place for the light of dawn down here.
I think maybe Alora would kind of clutch and hold on to Dawnbringer. She was holding on to it and try to hold up the sword to the figure.
That's one's protection. This place is mine. Its elements, creatures born of the stone, are all mine. This was the domain of Obramah before the little people. Before your dark cousins thought they could claim it.
What do you plan to do?
And darkness clouds your vision. Corbin! You are peacefully sleeping, blissfully unaware of any shenanigans. Any hot tub streams that are going on. And the warmth of this chamber, as the steam from the hot spring in the adjoining room seeps in and humidifies and warms the whole room, is comforting and cozy. And you enjoy your night's sleep. It's getting warmer. It's a bit hot, almost. And the orange and yellows and reds of flames start to lick in at the edge of your vision before dancing across the surface of the sleepscape all around you, flames rising up. And you see a shape, just as the heat feels almost unbearable, a shape moving through, almost serpentine, on all fours, a long neck at one end, back past jagged, furled wings, and finishing in a long tail, as a red dragon wormling, wreathed in fire, comes winding through the flames towards you.
Hi.
Mother.
Yes, but also, this has to calm down. They're like down on their knees, trying to be the same height as the wormling at this point.
And it's almost unbearably hot.
They're trying their best right now. But they also have they also use, I don't think they realize this is a dream, if that's what this is. Their elemental absorption, so they're kind of used to it because fire is one of the elements they can absorb.
So yeah, the heat is just being siphoned into you and then just taken into part of your form. Yeah.
Like they're still like, it is hot, but they're like trying to keep like when a kid's in trouble and you're trying to stay nice, like, come on, kind of a thing.
So one of our raiders made a joke before we had the acid moment there. It's like, I never say no to acid. I hope they're still watching.
Right.
Sorry. He's like, oh, look at my hands. Oh. Wow.
And they're like, all right.
So yes, the wormling looks chastened and like dips their heads down. And the flames subside a little.
That's better. Come here.
Apologies. This is natural. This is what I am. Flame, heat, fire.
And warmth. But sometimes you can't do too much.
But there is so much. So much to burn. So much to light.
Don't make the mom voice the wormling on. I promise you can burn as much as you want. And it's a big if. If you only burn what I say is okay. Because that way people won't try to destroy you. Neither one of us wants that.
But, Mother, are not the flames so pretty?
Yes. But you know what makes them prettier? When you burn things that deserve to be destroyed. That is a very tricky thing. But I think I have friends that can help us both figure that out.
Make me a semi-important animal handling check.
A semi-important animal handling check. Okay. You're really not gonna come out. I went back to D&D Beyond. It's really not gonna let me use those dice. So okay. Anyway, maybe if I just click it. +1. Oh, you have a +1. Okay,
Good luck.
15.
15.
You do have inspiration too.
You have
I
inspiration.
do have inspiration.
Great.
I'd like to use that. I don't know if a 15. 15
do.
makes me nervous. Okay, no, okay, that's better. So now it's a 17. That's better than a 15.
It is.
Much better.
It's 2 better.
Yeah, no.
Listen. Listen to Mother. Listen, I shall. But today,
That E is in character.
but today is special. Today is my birthday.
And Corbin,
I feel like they wake up like it's Christmas morning. They're like,
you awaken from this dream. You awaken
okay.
because from the adjacent room there was a scream and orange glow, and the smell of smoke over and above the sulfur of the hot spring is billowing through as an orange-red glow goes from beyond the curtain into the hot spring chamber. And that scream that woke you, that scream that has ushered in this new day, will live with you for a long time as you hear Esmeralda's voice.
what?
And we shall stop there.
Nah, homie.
We shall we?
I think we shall.
What?
No, wait. We don't have another for a long time.
You know, in Rime of the Frost Maiden, when they tinkered with a magical object and it exploded in a 10-foot ball of fire and reduced 2 of them to charred skeletons, they thought I'd had enough. A massive thank you to everyone who's joined us today. It's lovely to see you all in chat as always. And a massive thank you to my wonderful, wonderful players. And I hope
DM with a
that
new
you
character sheet. Oh.
enjoyed this excursion through the Underdark this year, and I am very much looking forward to returning to Blingdenstone, the safe haven, the happy times, the drunken tomfoolery of the Foaming Mug, as we are taking a short break, but we will be back on January 6th, I believe, right? Everyone was cool for that, yeah? Is it 6th for everyone? Or the 5th, sorry, depending where you are in the world. I believe that was our first one back. And we are looking forward to seeing these 3 in whatever role they may be playing as we return to our Out of the Abyss campaign. But until then, a very, very happy holidays to you all. And do join us later on for our final session of the year, Barovia and Beyond, as we will be wrapping things up in Ravenloft, that most festive of places. And we are very much looking forward to continuing our adventures with you all next year. A huge thank you for the charity things that everything that went on last week. A huge thank you for joining us today. But until next time, please stick around for the raid. If you've got them, let those phoenixes fly. But until we see you, wherever and whenever that may be, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi Nasai. Bye, everyone.
Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Right, guys?